welcome back. So today I'm laying out the forward lower shrouds for the single chain plate that goes right here, and I'm laying out distances from the cap shroud forward to the new location, and I figure anything's better than being on the center line, so I guess if I move it forward, I'm trying to coordinate with all the different bolts and screws that go through the jib track, and also any other holes in the bulwarks that we have to deal with that had through bolts for the jib track. Just make sure that when I drill through everything, it doesn't get in the way. I got the chain plate attached to a spare halyard. It's actually the jib halyard, and that way I can hang it over the side and I don't drop it in the water. Unfortunately, moving the chain plates outboard is going to shorten the shroud lengths, because the pin to pin measurement, I'm gaining about 4 inches on the shrouds, and the turnbuckles are going to end up bottoming out. So I'm going to have to change the top piece and cut off the swage and install a Hain high mod compression fitting with a toggle stud. So I'm going to take some measurements now and make some notes and order some parts. Whew! Alright. Well, I guess I need to go online and order some material. I'm going to see what else is available and what can I do in order to reutilize this wire, the existing standing rig wire. Got 5/16 19 strand wire on the cap shrouds and the forward and aft lowers, and intermediates 9/32 wire back here on the intermediate lowers, which are going to be our running backstays once I rig those up correctly. So let's go online and check out the catalog, and I'll see what I can find in a Hain high mod. I like the high mods. I used them on the whisker stays. Here's a little flashback to when I did the bowsprit. When I rebuilt the bowsprit, I also installed new whisker stays, and I also installed these Hain high mod compression fittings. Goes back to the turnbuckle. Turnbuckle goes to the stud. Stud goes to the new bronze whisker stay. So what I'm looking at is trying to install on our existing wire new studs like this. The stud on the turnbuckles that hold the cap shrouds and the aft lower and forward lowers are all going to be installed with new Hain high mod compression fittings. So now I'm going to cut the rail right here and trim it up so that the chain plate will slide right down here underneath the rub rail. Gotta take this plug out. There's a teak plug and a screw going through the rub rail. Oh man. Boy, that's gonna suck. Boy, that really sucks. There's no screw head here. Well, this ain't gonna work out so well. So I pulled out the cap, the teak plug, and apparently this is a big old through bolt inside of the hanging locker on my side, on the starboard side. There's a scarf joint right here. So you can see they scarfed the two parts of the rub rail together. They did a joint here, or a bolt here, and a bolt here, and exactly where I need to be, where I notched out for my chain plate to go, I got a bolt in the way. So I'm gonna have to go inside and dig that thing out. I'll feather these edges over, make them look nice and clean. I'm gonna cut a tapered wedge of teak. I have some leftover teak from the old Samson posts that I tore out when I built the new ones, and I think I'm gonna use that teak to fill in this wedge to bring it flush with the toe rail here, or the cap rail, the top of the cap rail, because the chain plate has to sit out a little bit. So anyway, as is the case with boat work, it's always more than you anticipated, and I didn't anticipate this. I thought it was just a simple screw I could take out, and it looks like it's through bolted with a nut and washer on the inside of the boat somewhere. I gotta find that thing and I gotta dig it out. So alright, so we're back inside the boat, inside my hanging locker on starboard side, and in order to find that bolt that comes through the rub rail, I had to drill a little, I just drilled a little hole and stuffed a piece of wire through there. So I'm going to pull down this vinyl puffy stuff, this wallpaper shit that they put inside the boat, and I'm going to find the head of that nut, and then I can unscrew it, jam it out, and I'll figure out another way to secure the rub rail. Alright, so I messed around inside that hanging locker for a little while and figured out that this bolt right here that I need to get out of the way is glassed into the hull to deck joint. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and break out the metal cutting blade and cut that thing out of the way. You know, I need to get rid of it, get it out of there, and then I can sink another screw in to hold the rub rail at the scarf joint right here. I can stick another one in right here on the blue tape just outside of the chain plate, and I think I will be good to go. I think I made it all the way through. We'll see. I'm gonna try and pop the bolt out now. Boy, this thing is fucking cut. I got this bolt right here I need to get out, and I already went through and cut it off, and now I gotta extract the bolt. So I'm gonna try and use these things here, and hopefully I can pull that thing out. Boom! Now I gotta notch out this rub rail here. Right there where it penetrates, the rub rail is about 3/8 of an, I want to say about 3/8 of an inch thick. So I'm gonna cut a notch here, flush with the inside, and out 3/8 of an inch, and then this thing will slide right down in there. Well, the wind picked up and the boat's shaking all over the place, but I think I can still make these cuts. Alright, so I gotta chisel that out. Let's see what I got. Well, that should be fun. Ugh. Alright, look at that, baby. Oh, yeah. Not bad. And now for the port side lowers. I'm sure I've already said it before, but you can't go wrong with this tool. If you got boat work to do, get yourself an oscillating tool. I mean, plunge cuts like this, right through the cap rail and through the rub rail. You can't beat it. All right, so there you go. 2 down, 4 to go. Wow. This thing is a little bit of a pain in the ass. I like it though, it looks pretty good. Alright, so that's pretty much it for today. I got these mortised into the rub rail, and I just need to drill and through bolt these things into the appropriate lockers on port and starboard side. Still got to do some cutting, same thing I did, cutting and mortising out on the rub rail on the cap shrouds, and the next one back is the dog bone with the aft lowers and the intermediate shrouds, which go up to the staysail stay. So stay tuned for that. I think we're going to break this up into a couple of different parts. So yeah, stay tuned and keep you posted on the progress. And if you like it, let us know and give us a thumbs up. Thank you.